What up, peoples?
Hey, it's
We
your
are
girl, Lady
back.
Free.
We are back here in the studio live.
We are back in the building.
Living color. It is 102 degrees out here in Houston.
Back in the
Feels
building.
like we are in a second level of war of heat.
What?
The war of heat.
The war.
But listen, y'all, I'm excited again because, man, we got another fireball.
Fireball.
We got another fireball.
Fire in the
First
hole.
of all, let's just take care of some in-house cleaning and
come
keeping.
on.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And like I said, I'm your girl, Lady Free.
Yes, and we are Shift Real Talk Tuesdays.
Guys.
Where we have life-changing conversation.
Yeah.
And we enjoy having you guys on. First, listen, y'all, we want you to like, share, subscribe.
And don't forget to comment tonight, because this show is going to be one of those kind of shows where your comments, we're going to talk back. We're going to have that conversation with you. Okay?
Yes. Like, share. First of all, subscribe. Please subscribe so that you can be notified every time we go live.
You don't want to miss these shows.
You don't want to miss these shows, because I'm telling you, it's getting better. It's getting better.
It's getting
and we
gooder
raining and
and
raining.
gooder.
And
Come
we
on.
raining, man. And listen, man, we got. I'm not even gonna call her guest no more, because man, she's about to be a part of us.
You know how when you come to somebody's house
Yeah.
that first time,
After the first time,
you go in the refrigerator to get your own juice.
yeah, you on your own here. You shift. So
She's
we
one
just
of
gotta,
them.
Yeah, she one
Hey,
of them.
Liza.
So yeah, we gonna bring her back. I call her the doctor of mental health, well-being health. I call her the doctor. My niece, y'all. My niece, my baby girl is what I call her.
Come on.
What's popping? You are back. You ain't back. You with us now.
Okay.
I'm with you.
You with us. She with us, man. I like it.
We have Mind Provoking on the line tonight.
Hey, Aunt Liza, how you doing? Listen, y'all, before we go on, I gotta say this, y'all. Man, if y'all are not busy on Sunday nights, man, y'all are missing a great experience.
Come to the Sunday night spot.
The Sunday night spot, yo. When I tell you, man, we are having an awesome time in the Lord. And this Sunday is going to be even better. So if you were in the Houston area, I promise you don't want to miss Sunday. Because, oh my God, Sunday's experience is going to be awesome.
It's an experience.
Yeah, Sunday's experience, I promise you.
We can't even really explain to you what you are going to expect. The Holy Spirit moves different every single time.
And this Sunday is going to be different.
Yeah, that's why I say no two experiences are the same.
We got a great surprise.
But it's gonna be some dope conversation. The topic is gonna be nice. It's almost like what we do here.
We got some invited guests coming, and that's gonna set the atmosphere. It's gonna be dope, y'all.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on, man, because Mind Provoking just looking at us like, I wish I would.
And listen, we're gonna put a flyer up.
Say something, girl. Make sure I can hear you.
Yeah, we're gonna put a flyer up to
cool.
indicate the address and everything for the Sunday night spot with Shift.
Cool. So listen, y'all. Today's topic is embracing your imperfections.
The journey of self-love.
The journey of self-love.
I like that. Where y'all get that title from?
Me and Mind Provoking been talking.
I figured that out. I figured that.
We've been talking. She gave me something, and I came up with the whole, you know what I'm saying. But she gave me a little something, and I was like, oh, let's put this thing together. You know what I'm saying? Where we can kind of, you know what I'm saying. But listen, you want to say something, Mom? We doing all the talking, but you come on, girl, say something.
So, like, based off the topic, this is what I was thinking, right? You know how some people be in a relationship and they try to like point out the other person's flaws and stuff like that, and try to like change them into wanting to be what you want them to be when you want them to be it, and all that other stuff, right? How can you change or bring out somebody else's flaws to change their flaws when you have flaws yourself that are unrecognizable to you, right?
Yes.
So we can't change a person, right? And what we want them to be if we don't even know who we are. So I want to start there. If you don't know who you are, why are you looking to change other people into something you don't know? Unfamiliar territory.
That's right.
Come on.
What's up, Larry?
Listen,
my dad is on the line. What's up, Dad? I missed you the last 2 weeks. I made sure I sent him the link so he can. We got Mind Provoking on today.
Mind Provoking, Dad.
That is so dope. That is so dope. So that's going to segue into. So when we talking about perfections, right? Perfection is when you're trying to do everything right
Yeah.
When you're trying to be perfect at everything you do.
Yeah.
But you do this to avoid judgment, and you do this to avoid disappointing others, and or disappointing yourself.
Right.
So the level of perfection is now you got to uphold, not just trying to be perfect, but now you got to uphold something that's not even truthful.
The narrative.
The narrative is I have to look a certain way or be something that I'm not, so that I can avoid somebody thinking the wrong thing about me. And this goes with the self-love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now what we do when you are having these very and we got to remember this, y'all. Ain't nobody perfect. I don't care how perfect you try to strive to be. There's only one perfect. There's only one perfect being.
Only one.
There's only one perfect being. But everybody else, we are all imperfect people.
Yeah.
Created in an imperfect world. And saying, but we have levels of what we think that we should be doing because we don't want to carry out how we feel, and that's being that imperfect person. So we don't want to deal with that.
We live in a very, very judgmental space these days because most of the time we see each other on social media. We see each other in our filter. We see each other with the best moments that we put up on the social media network. So basically, to me, that keeps us from having to show our imperfections, because at this point, I can filter all my pictures. I could put everything up to make it look like I'm on vacation. Even when I'm not, I can make it seem like I'm happy. It's like the biggest mask. But then when you go home,
you know, it's funny.
You gotta wash it off.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Yeah. It's funny that you say that because even social media is helping us to mask the imperfections, because they got these apps out that could make you come out with muscles, and you know what I'm saying? And you can change your face, put facial hairs on your, you know what I'm saying? You can mask what you really don't like about yourself, and that's what it is. When it's like a lot of times you're not happy within. You don't like who you are. You don't like how you represent yourself. So you gotta do things that to mask, not somebody not saying, you I done lost my train of thought. Yeah.
That's all right, babe.
I lost my train of thought.
He said you.
So what we do? So yeah. Hey Tierra, how you doing? So what we do here, y'all.
Hey,
so
Larry.
like even being in certain situations. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been like counseling somebody, right? You got two people there, and because the person don't want to look like the bad person or the person that has been wrong, so what they do is they blame the other person.
They present. Present.
Yeah,
they present
talk about
differently.
that.
They'll sit there and be like, really? Why would you say that? I really come across that way? But at home, it's more like, man, I don't even do that. You lying. You did.
Yeah.
So you get the difference. They present in the office as somebody they're not, because they don't want to show even the therapist who they really are.
Yes.
Right.
So they even mask them. So I have to ask them, where's all this coming from? If your husband or your spouse, right, are you saying they're hallucinating they're hallucinating what they see at home, right? What's going on with that, right? And after a while, after you build rapport, it starts coming out. Or they want to say, can I see you as an individual so we can talk? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it is.
And it's truly, you can't really, it's hard to help people that don't want to be forthcoming and be honest with, because everybody really wants to be perfect. And like, I don't do wrong. I don't say nothing wrong. It's you. Or I don't do this wrong. It's you. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with being accountable for your actions. And that's hard for a lot of people who try to be perfect. And you don't understand the damage that you're causing trying to be perfect, because what you're doing is now you're carrying out a lie. You're carrying out an untruth. And do you know the energy that you got to spend to carry out untruth and to continuously hold something that you truly ain't?
Right. Hey, Tisha, it's very weighty. It weighs you down.
Right. And what you all are talking about is an internal deficit. That's the terminology. When you have an internal deficit, right?
Yes.
That's what that is. So where your external cannot be seen based off of the internal deficit you presenting.
Right.
Yes.
Come on.
Hey, a couple of shout outs, y'all. Mama Pearly, we love you, Mama Pearly. It was so good to see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
I hope that I'm gonna try to steal you Sunday. We got something good. You gotta come Sunday, Mama Pearly.
Hey Alexia, how are
Tisha,
you?
My dad said, "Hey, mind provoking. How are you?" Alexia Alexandria, good evening. Aunt Liza, gaslight and manipulating people. That's true. That is so true. But the point is, we hold and see, that's why we got to be very careful about even the expectations, because that's what comes with trying to be perfecting or perfect. We hold a level of expectation. You know what I'm saying? And we got to really honestly be realistic with our expectations, because if and when we put these expectations up because people are scared to fail.
Yeah.
And I always say
wait a minute. Before you continue, we put expectations. Expectations lead to your own disappointment and failure, not towards the other person, because I can't expect you to think or be like me. So technically, I let myself down in that instant. The moment I said, I expect you to ...
And that's what your anger looked like. You mad at yourself. But
exactly. So you project it onto the other person.
Come on.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes. You're right. And we disappoint ourselves. And then because we disappoint ourselves, I failed. I always say this. And I always say this, but just going into a little study about this. Failing actually is not a failure. Failing is actually stepping stones. It's movement.
Yeah.
It's movement. So every failure is a lesson learned.
It's a lesson learned to move
grow.
You. Come on.
We were created to do what? To have dominion and to grow.
Yes, cultivate.
To cultivate and to grow.
Yeah, come on.
We were not created to fail.
So therefore, I get it. So therefore, our failures are just lessons learned.
Lessons learned
to move us into growth.
But they only become failures in our mind when we have an expectation of being perfect.
Yeah,
right. You got to think about it. It started in grade school, K through 12.
Exactly.
We always went and tried to test each teacher. And sometimes they'll be like, okay, you can do makeup work to make up for your grade and things of that nature. So you did it again and you were more prone to get it done the right time the next time.
Yes.
So now you're learning how to be a test taker. So when you get to college, they don't give you those requirements. You have to pass the first time. There's no makeup work, makeup test. Some teachers don't do that due to life, and they have a lot of classes that they teach and everything else.
Right.
So we've already learned in grade school how failing isn't really a true fail. Yeah. It's just a promotion to get to the next level.
To the next level. Wow. That's right. Come on.
And you know what's so interesting when we're talking about embracing our imperfections? It's interesting to me that when we think about growing up, if your parent is only praising you when you're doing good, and whenever you have things that are not so good about you, maybe you didn't do so good in a class, or maybe you didn't do so good in a sport, and instead of them praising you like they normally do, they make you feel like that you're imperfect. So it's like I praise you when I feel like you're doing well, and then when you're not doing well, that's the time when you need it the most. But instead of receiving that love or that embrace, you get more of a backlash, or you get more of a you didn't do this or you didn't do that. So what that teaches children is to grow up believing that when they do certain things right, they love themselves, and they're forgiving of themselves, or they can embrace certain things about themselves. But when they don't do good, then that's the condition to make them feel like I don't really like myself right now. So
because they're missing two components. They're missing two components: exploration and solution focus.
Talk about that.
How can I explore better to help you on the next round, which promotes the solution within? So do you need a tutor? Do you need me to, learn this and that? Because it doesn't just stop at school. It starts at home. So if I don't have it, I can't help you. So then I'm sending you out there to fail, because the teacher is only going to do so much.
Right, especially today.
A mind moment.
Especially today.
I like that, because you know how you do every end of the show, you always come up with this little exercise that be mind. So we're going to call that the mind moment. The mind moment.
A mind moment.
A mind moment. So I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Right.
I know it's coming. So we're going to get ready we're going to set it up for the mind moment, okay?
So
we're going to set it up.
So here you are looking in the mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, certain things about your eyes you don't like, or certain things about your facial features. Maybe you feel like you're getting too fat. fat. Maybe you feel like you're too skinny. And it's always these things, these imperfections about ourselves that we don't embrace. And then we harbor the way we feel about ourselves inside negatively. And whenever anybody says anything about us, even if they don't mean to hurt our feelings because it's already in there, we get so upset and then we blame. Then we point the finger at them because we feel bad about ourselves. And we already felt that way. But they just pointed it out.
You know, most parents are the biggest bully.
That's right. They really are. I was about to go there, so go ahead.
Wow, come on.
No, go ahead. I just wanted to put an insult.
No, because you started to segue to because that I was just about to say that.
Put pen to paper.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and that's where it starts from. Because as parents, because we feel we failed. So what we do is we hold that expectation of you not failing. So we're going to make sure, and we're going to be more harder on you because
I'm gonna live through you.
Yes, exactly. So you're not gonna fail. Right? So so ain't no A's. We talked about this before. Yeah. Ain't no A's coming in. Ain't no A. It got to be an A+ and better. So I'm gonna hold you to the standard of an A+. Because I failed getting C's and C sharps, and I mean that's music.
I got me a C sharp and a D minor.
I got an E flat major in my.
Man.
But yeah, so that's what we do. We hold that expectation and we put it on our kids, and we make them work harder. We make them, because we see, oh, I did that and that didn't work, so you're not gonna do that. And what we don't understand that we're creating is now a child that feels that they got to be perfect when they get older because of this expectation that we put on them as a parent when we become bullies, like you said.
And you know what's so crazy? This is my transparent moment. I have one every show. So, and this is not to say that my dad is a bad parent, because he definitely is not a bad parent, was not a bad parent. But it was just crazy how growing up, whenever it looked like I was gaining a little bit of weight, my dad would be like, all right, Elma, push back from the table. Or he would make reference to how much I would eat if I got a second helping or something like that, right? And I would get so frustrated. I would get so frustrated with him because, to be honest, none of us at that age were heavy set or anything, right? So now I think that that's the blockage in my head. Like when I look at myself certain times, and this is just me being honest, certain times when I look at me physically, it's like, oh, it's just like, man, I can't, I can't.
It's almost like a trigger. It's almost like a trigger. So what happens is a trigger response to something from the past.
And you know what? It's a hair trigger too.
It
goes off easy, pow. But the thing that's so amazing, though, God blesses in such an amazing way. He gave me a husband that loves the way I look.
Wow.
He loves the way. Babe, why you say wow like you ain't know? He talking about wow.
Wow.
I'm talking about you, dude.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like he looks at me and he's like, he loves it. But when I look
Can
at
I
me,
tell the other one? She used to have a little. I think she got cute feet.
We see.
She'll be around me and put her socks on. I'm like, nigga, you don't take them socks off.
Because my second toe longer than my first toe, but I found out those
she got a middle finger on her toe.
See, now you know what? You ain't gonna do me like that. But I found out those are feet of royalty. Thank you very much.
But I like her feet.
But anyway,
I like her feet. I like her feet.
But see, whenever I'm like blah, 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 blah. Because when I was growing up, my cousins and them used to pick at the way my feet look. Mm-hmm. So I grew up self-conscious of. So basically, when it came down to it, I'm sitting up here at my age trying to get over body shaming myself and issues like that. I can admit it, but
because
the thing,
your daddy was a bully.
No, well,
a smart bully though. You know what I'm saying?
He was loving. He never said you fat. You bet nothing.
He didn't have
nothing
to say
like
it.
that.
He said it. he said it passive aggressively.
But it's so crazy because when you think
about
his uncle, like his uncles and everybody, they were men back in those days. They were very straightforward. So his uncles and men that he was around would do that all the time. But his whole thing was he just didn't want his daughters, to grow up and be unhealthy, and that was the only way he could kind of throw it out there. He wasn't trying to be mean, but he just presented it wrong.
All right, let me take a little pause moment because we got some comments I want to read. Liza said, because my husband used to view his stuttering as a flaw when I first met, but I never looked at it as an imperfection because I never viewed myself as perfect.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Mama Pearlie said, we have to love ourselves before we can love anyone else and not live our dreams to our children, causing them to struggle in their life trying to live up to your expectations.
Right.
Absolutely.
Come on, Mama Pearlie.
Tierra said, slow down, y'all. I'm trying to write this down to send to my mama.
Tierra.
Wait, Aunt Liza said, she said, my husband feel like that too. He got that big middle toe finger.
But we royalty. Tell Darren we royalty.
That. Hey, Evelyn, she's on. Embrace them toes, girl. Evelyn said, embrace them toes, girl, because I got 2 long toes.
Come on with the long toes. I'm telling you, we out there.
Those are finger toes. So y'all doing handstands.
You know what? You ain't gonna do that because your toe ain't too far from long itself. But he got nice feet. But anyway, why we talking about feet right now?
So listen. So all right, listen. So let's move on, y'all. Good, because
graceful therapy, girl. That's Evie. Thank you, girl.
That's them hand toes. Them
but
hand.
Y'all listen.
So give us a hand clap.
So
give us a clap your hands, y'all. Okay, all right.
So anyway, we're not finna give you that. Why he making us laugh at ourselves?
All right. All right, so listen.
But anyway, at the end of the day, it's about that self-love, y'all.
All right, so listen, we're gonna go on. So listen,
it's about self-love.
So listen, we're gonna start this. So this is what we need to do, so that we can, keep going. This is what we need to do.
I just thought about it again.
Wait a minute. She said, them my granddaddy toes. Oh, them granddaddy toes had them nails at the end of it too, boy. Them hard nutcracker nails.
Babe, I thought we was moving on from the feet. Who started this back up? Who started this back up?
You know them hands that look like they grip? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so listen. This is we
problem transitioning.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
You talking about? Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna transition. So this is what we have to do. We have to embrace. First and foremost, we have to embrace not being perfect.
That's the first thing.
And what that means is you have to say, this is who I am.
This is what I look like.
This is what I look like.
Yes.
Flaws and all.
This
is just me. Because what that helps do is it helps build confidence in your imperfection.
Come on.
So it helps you build confidence when this is just me.
This is who I am.
And then what you do, you continuously grow, understanding that you can be the strongest imperfect person that there is. Because everybody, like I said, you got to realize that everybody is not perfect. And everybody has been created in a way where they're different in certain in their beliefs and in the way they think and the way they've been raised and the way they've been trained. So everybody has their level of what they do and how they do it. But you got to accept people for who they are. Right. People are just who they are. People. Right. But when we look at that, like I said, from a level of embrace it. I had to grow up saying no. I know I had a big head. That's
he didn't want to say it.
This my big head. You know what I'm saying?
You got that milk, dude. But I love it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I always words to live by. Like I always say, I may not be perfect, but at least I can strive towards perfection. It's not reachable, but striving towards something means there's an end reward. That end reward is confidence. That end reward is high self-esteem. That end reward is determination, commitment. Everything that I ever wanted to be. It all starts with what you're striving to go, where you're striving to go.
Yes.
And that's a mind moment.
That's another mind moment. We didn't get to the mind moment yet. I'm sure she got something up her sleeve. I'm sure.
But so
she laughing.
So that's how we got to look at things.
Right. Yeah, we striving. So it's only going to take me to get out there and walk around.
There you go. There you go.
One step at a time.
But also what that does is when you realize that I'm not perfect, that helps you to understand that everybody else is not perfect. So what it does, it allows you not to give them grace in their flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Give them grace?
To give them grace in their flaws.
Right.
So you don't look at them like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know what? Not perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it allows you to grow in grace. Allows you to grow with a level of understanding that I can't expect you to do something that I can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't expect you to do something that I'm not capable. Like you were saying earlier, how can I expect you to do something that I'm not able to do it myself?
Right. And that's one thing I love about my marriage. I remember I used to always say he loves me flaws and all. He allows me to be me. He allows me to make my jokes, because sometimes, like y'all, I have my little jokes in my head. I got to get out. He allows me to be me. And it's nothing more freeing than being allowed to be yourself around somebody that you love, right? And at the end of the day, it helps me now to look at myself differently and say, wow, okay, if he loves me, and this, I'm not depending on that, but it does help. Like, wow, if he loves me for who I am and how I am and everything, then why can't I? And that kind of like motivates you to kind of like, especially when your spouse.
I understand that,
is
but
loving.
I think even before then, I think you said, I love me. You gotta. That's what that gotta be your.
It starts with you.
It starts with you.
It does start with you.
Because if you don't love, I won't be able to reciprocate the love that's already inside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Now check this out. I get that. But the thing is, it starts with me, but the realization came from, wow, if he don't have no issue with my feet, why do I? So then it gives me that thing of, girl, you tripping. And now I could kind of start looking at myself differently, because it does start with me. Because it goes back to that scripture that I love. It says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you got to love other people the way you love yourself. And if I don't love me, I can't love anybody else. But it just, to me, I think that's that thing that unlocked that door to say, wow, okay.
But see, I'm the opposite though, because it's like, I love my feet. So if you don't like my feet, then you got a problem.
See, you the opposite, and I love that. I love that, but everybody
got a PP.
But everybody not
problem.
Yeah, you got a problem there.
But see, everybody not like that. Everybody's not like that. So because of that, we all think differently, and it's good that you have somebody, especially in a relationship, that cultivates and helps you to grow and helps you to even realize those things, than to have somebody that's constantly trying to point the finger and make you feel bad about every single thing that you don't do right and all of your flaws. That's bondage. That's jail time. And I could not do that.
Or change you without accepting you. Like, change even starts from within.
Yeah,
so you can't change me or help me change me if I can't change within myself first.
Right.
And that's the step they're missing. You can preach all day, every day. But if I don't have it in myself to change, that's all you're going to be doing is preaching all day, every day. Because I haven't found it within myself first. So that's that patience that's needed as well.
Yeah. That's
that
good.
Is so true.
That's good. You have to have patience with other people. You got to have patience with yourself too. You got to say, look, ma'am, you can do this. It's going to take time. This did not happen overnight.
Right.
It's going to take time. And I'm on that journey now. Like, I'm loving, like, I have my face starting to look like my mother's more now. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm starting to look at myself and say, oh, okay. And I'm starting to really
starting to act like her too.
Oh, I've been acting like that's done.
This kitty number 2.
That's way done. I've been acting like her, the best parts of her. And so that's what it comes to it. But sometimes it's good to have that person that can say, you know what? Because, I mean, I used to work with youth 27 years, and I would have to say certain things to them to unlock certain ideas that they had no clue that I saw in them. And once somebody else sees that in you, it makes you say, really? Me? For real? And then you start, that's when them wheels start turning. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Not that I depend on other people to make me feel good about me. It's just that, you unlock something, and now my wheels turning, and it's making me say, wow, okay.
That's true.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm at with it. Mama Pearlie, what's she talking about?
She said, wait, we're going with Vivian. Hey, Vivian, thank you for tuning in with us. She said, unconditional love. Eliza said, yes, absolutely. Mama Pearlie said, though you are almost 100 years old, embrace aging as a blessing.
Come on.
I have friends who down themselves because they're aging. Their husband called them old. Embrace it. That's right.
Embrace it.
Vivian
Come
said
on.
it's a fine line because growth is continuous. But when do you stay for it, and when do you walk away because needs and wants aren't met?
Well,
that's why you have to have that level of grace. Because see, here's the thing, and
it depends on if you're in a relationship where you're married or if you're just in a relationship.
But still, you gotta learn. You gotta practice this thing. You gotta start, because at the end of the day, what we do, and that was what I was saying about to say next, is we gotta really set realistic expectations.
Realistic requirements. Expectations allow you to fail and disappoint yourself. It's realistic requirements. It goes into your standards, your morals,
and your goals, boundaries. Your values, come on.
And boundaries. It goes into all of that. So we can't say realistic expectation because that's a contradiction. Expectations aren't realistic.
They are not realistic. Come on.
Thank you. Preacher, drop the mic.
Come on. We got to keep buying
mics. The whole point is it has to be realistic. It has to be something that you can obtain, and that you know that you can achieve it. And so if you have that achievement reach on you, that you know that you can reach, and so what that does is now it allows you to understand, okay, this is what I had to do or get to where I'm trying to go, or this is what I needed to do to heal from this. This is what I needed to do to obtain that. So now, understanding what you need to do, you can have grace for somebody that you can see trying to get to the same way where they're trying to go in their journey. So it allows you to have that level of grace. It allows you to have that level of understanding. And we got to have.
But you got to understand your own cap.
You got to understand it.
Cap
you
off
have to.
Capacity. You got to understand your own cap, because
say that again. Wait. Say that one more time.
So you gotta. So capacity. You gotta take the word cap out of capacity, right? What's your cap? What's your limit, right? You can't continue to want to do things that aren't even in your pedigree to do because you've already reached your cap. Some people eat too much, right? They swallow too much. They bite more often than they can chew. We do that a lot when we're eating, knowing that last bite was just a little bit too much. We do that a lot, even when, there you go. We do that a lot when we're even working with people. We want to maintain and be that person for that person. Yet you don't understand that you've reached your cap and that person may not be your person. So you can't keep reaching in growth-wise if you've already reached your limit.
Oh my. So my question is, don't laugh. Wait. You know me. If you take the cap off, isn't that acidity?
Get out. No, it's city. It's a city.
Capacity. So if you take the cap off, it's just acidity.
A city. How big is a city? A city.
Okay, come on. One.
That's the cap.
Cap. Okay.
Cap a city. That's how you spell capacity, right? Cap a city. It's not the world.
These two here don't know how to transition.
All right, we transitioning. We're moving on.
Hey, I tried to come back.
No, you good. You
tried to save it.
I felt good. Hey, look, I had to get my get back to
Do you see how we act when you come on? That make no sense.
Listen, y'all, but listen. No, you good. But no, that's true though. But I think, here, I always like to make us think a little bit, because how do you know? First of all, should there be, because reaching a cap means there is a limit, but means there's a limit. I mean, the limit could be how much you can take, but what if
tolerance level?
Yeah, what if your tolerance level is more than your cap? What if you can tolerate a lot of stuff? Then how does that look?
But okay, remember back in the day, we had like a little restaurant simulation, and I had everyone with a glass at the table, and I'm the waiter.
Correct.
Well, I think you were the waiter or something, and you had to pour water into the glass. It was up to them to say when. But
Correct.
instead, they kept allowing you to pour water until it overflowed. And when it overflowed, it made a mess. They was looking like, and then they got mad at you because you poured too much water. But it was up to them to say, that's enough. When you see your glass getting too full and it's about to overflow and you know there's going to be a mess. Remember, water got on some of them. It was all over the table, but they got mad.
Some people don't know how to stop.
Some people don't know how to say when. But when the overflow, when you met your capacity and the overflow happens and it's mess all over the place, you're not mad with yourself for not opening your mouth to say, I've had enough. You're mad at the person for continuously pouring when you were the one that had control of your glass.
Preach, Lady
Exactly.
Free.
Exactly.
And I think
that's what I was talking about.
Somebody got mad at you, remember? And it was like, you got, no, hold up. You can't get upset with the person, but you're really upset with yourself because you should have said something.
Correct.
Standing ovation.
See, oh my God.
Standing ovation.
Baby,
That was awesome.
But yes,
Aunt Liza
said, I was talking about, Auntie.
Right, that's the cap. It's like for Vivian, the thing is, if you're married, it's a lot different. It's not just an automatic walk away. Because that's a covenant between you, that person, and God. But if you're in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, man, woman, old lady, whatever, however it go down, you got to understand when you have had enough and when that person is no longer good for you.
I'm like Aunt Liza here, y'all. I'm like Aunt Liza because the scripture says, he won't put no more on you than you can bear.
Right.
So a lot of times, so a lot of times is we think it's our cap because we think it's too hard. But I think that only comes because of the level of mentality we in. You know what I'm saying? Some of us we feel like we're damaged, but sometimes God has taken us through to help get us through that feeling or get us through that level of attachment behaviors that we are experiencing and that we're latching out. But again, we may feel like we can't take no more, but God's saying, no, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time, it says he will not put no more on you than, what's the next part? Than you can bear. So you have a responsibility in that as well.
Mentally.
So at the end of the day, some of the stuff that we go through, God didn't put on us.
Yeah, true.
We put on ourselves.
We go through, we put on ourselves because we want what we want. And even though we know it's not good for us, we'll stay too long because we don't know what else is out there. At least I know her crazy, or at least I know his crazy. And we do it to ourselves. And then we want to look at God and say, well, God, you said you wouldn't. He didn't put that on you. You have the top of your glass.
That's good stuff.
You have at the top. Nobody else knows when you've had enough but you.
Yes.
Right.
So
if anything, God opened up that door and told you to walk through. But on the other side, you didn't see through. So you only saw from your own perspective versus allowing God to show you a different view.
But if you loved yes, honey, you did that.
Come on here.
But if you love yourself, that self-love, that it's not conditional acceptance.
Yes.
It's not, it's self-love. Love covers a multitude of sin. Love encompasses all of who you are. If you love yourself, it's certain things that you wouldn't do that would cause damage. God will never put you in a situation to be damaged because he said the trials and the tribulations, they come to make you strong. But if it's not making you strong and you see yourself being damaged, then maybe you need to figure out, did I do this or is it God? You need to go meet him in that closet, in that prayer room, and say, did I do this or was this you? Because
what you just said reminded me of Family Matters and Steve Urkel. When he always used to be like, did I do that? It wasn't God.
Oh wow!
Right, come on.
Wow.
Some
Come
of
on
this
here.
stuff we need to, and that's the whole
There
point.
you
Take
go.
ownership and accountability for some of the stuff that
Mhm.
we are doing, because this person may just be an interruption in your journey of loving yourself.
I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
What?
Tiara said she wish she had a neighbor to look over and say, "Neighbor, because y'all preaching."
Right. Look to your left and
Look at
say,
your
neighbor.
This is come on here.
Yeah. These things, like, we don't think about these things when we go through life. Nobody taught us, because, to be honest, I found out that being assertive.
What's up, Dave?
And not passive aggressive. Passive aggressive is it's in the child mode of communication.
Yes.
And assertiveness is in the adult mode. And assertiveness says, I need this from you. It doesn't say you did this to me, and because you did this, what it does is it starts with, this is what I need. But we were taught growing up, when you're in a relationship, I. That's all you talk about is I. So it's almost like we were taught not to love ourselves. We were taught to put other people in the relationship before us, but we can't give them anything if we do not have love within. I gotta love you like I love me.
Did I do that?
Yeah,
That
come
part.
on.
Did I
Right.
do that?
Yeah. I gotta love you like I'm loving me.
Amen.
But
So,
if I don't love me, my God.
so listen, because First Lady is preaching here, yeah, and mine is preaching, but we always have a segment with mind provoking. I mean, I know she's probably in it. I really don't know, but I know there's always a moment where
There's a moment.
she comes with a moment of thought.
So, ladies and
So
gentlemen,
actually,
this is actually
the
our
moment of
mind
thought
moment.
was embedded in our conversation.
I believe
This
that.
time.
Yes.
I
yes.
believe that.
The moment of
Yeah.
thoughts were in our conversations.
There
Yes.
were definitely mind moments
Mind
happening.
moments. So
conversation.
listen, y'all. So what would you tell somebody who is dealing with not being able to embrace
Their imperfections.
their imperfections? What are some things that we can tell them to embrace? What are some
So
of the
the
things
first
that we
thing is inner work,
Ooh,
right? You can't go
yes.
out and go into, I'll say, the community or your neighborhood or your neighbor or your friends wanting to get that inner peace or inner structure within you. Can't do it
Yes.
because
Inner
their
work. Come
perspective
on.
is how they see themselves, but you're asking for advice of what they would do. And then you get mad at your friends, your neighbors, your friends, because what they would do that worked for them didn't work for you.
It didn't work for
Yes,
you. Come
yes.
on.
You got to
Inner
find
work.
you first.
That's
Inner
number
work.
Yes.
one. Love
Yes.
it.
Inner
And I
work.
would say I
Yeah.
would say be able to let go. Let go of those things that are holding you of being afraid of embracing being imperfect.
Yes.
Let go of those things. Let go of those things that make you strive to be something that you know you're not.
Yeah.
Let it be
Correct.
able to let go.
Inner
Let it go.
work. Let me hit inner work real quick.
Okay.
There is a changing agent, like a 007 agent in the Holy Spirit. Once you accept Christ into your life and God gives you the Holy Spirit, then that helps you with the change
Yes.
inside. That helps you with the inner work. You can't do the inner work by yourself, because everything we do for ourselves, everything we do by ourselves is temporary. Only what you do for God will last. That's the only permanent. So if you find yourself constantly thinking that you're doing inner work, and then after that somebody trigger it and come right back up, that means that you did not allow the one who will be able to change you, transform your mind, renew your heart, restore your soul. That person, that Holy Spirit, to come in, he'll work that thing out on the inside. Then you'll be living from the inside out instead of from the external, trying to look good. The
Which brings us
external
to
end.
step 2,
Number 2,
awareness.
come on.
Awareness is you being aware that if I broke my leg or I got, God forbid, COVID or anything else, what is the first thing we do?
We focus on that.
Cry
Nah, what is the first? Okay, how about this? Where is the first place you'll go?
to the doctor.
Right, because it's in their scope of practice, correct?
Correct.
what people miss is mental health. Go to a therapist in order to start the inner work, to become aware and take accountability, so you won't be living in the trauma of your past. So your chronological age will match your mental age times 100 equals your IQ of understanding yourself.
Say it again.
Awareness.
Say it again.
Slow down.
No, I mean,
y'all gotta listen. Rewind.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Elijah said, as long for the mind moment, as long as you don't use poo. Winnie the Pooh.
That part.
But yeah. Come on.
Realize you got to become aware of yourself within your inner work. So become aware that your friends and family sometimes may not be able to help you. So you reach out to a therapist and or counselor. Exactly. Somebody who don't know you, right? That won't be biased and will help you along that journey because it's in their scope of practice. Because you no longer want to live in your trauma of your childhood. Because once you do that, you could be a 40-year-old living in a 16-year-old's trauma, which means your chronological age doesn't match your mental age. Times 100 equals your IQ.
So you got that little boy running this whole marriage, and you mad at me because I don't want to listen.
So I want to ask you, is it
exactly? Are you mad at me because I treat you like a kid? Well, you're stuck in the mindset of one. You never elevated.
Exactly, you never elevated
because
you're
stuck
at that mental age
of
trauma.
Mental age of trauma. And
so it doesn't
don't think
that's
real.
Age.
Yeah,
right. It doesn't match.
That's why you got them some 60-year-olds still in the club talking about, "Hey, young gal,
come here, mama,
come here, mama."
Come over here and dance with me.
You got on long socks, church shoes, and shorts in the club talking about, hey, little mama. Like, dude, you 60 years old. Go home somewhere and sit in a rocking chair.
If I had some grease, I'd give you a piece.
We heard that on TV. Somebody say, "It wasn't what it do, young blood. I can't call it. I might spoil it, but if you pass me some grease, I'll slide you a piece."
Slide you a piece, man.
Y'all know I'm gonna use that, right?
Yeah. But so anyway, let me ask you a question though. Is it better for somebody to go to a counselor that they don't know as opposed to somebody they do know?
It's unethical to go to somebody you know. I can't counsel friends or family members because you got to think about it. You see me and you've seen me grow. So why, or vice versa. So why would I go to someone that already knows my flaws and everything? And here I am trying to get help, but you unintentionally hold me to what you know, not where I'm going or not where I want to go. So no, it's unethical.
Clean slate. Yeah.
Clean slate.
Yeah.
Aunt Liza, she says, because the biggest misconception is that because you serve Christ that you should not seek help from a therapist.
But therapists came from Christ, born and raised through the blood of Jesus.
People, glory.
And Mama Pearlie said, and 2 teeth. He be having them 2 teeth.
Come on, little young whippersnapper there.
Don't let them be working at the Waffle House. Y'all know them people at the Waffle House with the hump in the back. They gotta have a tooth missing. They gotta have something wrong
and them
in order for that food to be good, boy. That food be so good. Anyway,
but I it's, the schools and everything, you know, the doctors, the therapists, you know, electricians, you know, God put them here for a reason.
He has given wisdom.
He has given us the wisdom. So utilize the thing that God has given us resources to utilize.
But what I will never agree with, and I don't care who say anything about it, what I will never agree with is that God cannot do it. Yeah. Now, yes. Right. Go to a therapist if that's what you choose to do. And I will never down anyone who says, I trust God to do it because he said he will send us a wonderful counselor. And I will talk to God and God will help me in ways that other people cannot help me. And they believe that that's their way. I will never down anybody for that because that means they have 100% trust in what God can do for them. I will never down that person. Yeah. At the same time, there are some people who will benefit from going to counseling and getting therapy. Definitely.
And I think a lot of times
that's the stigma that like kind of hinders you from your self-identity, self-love, self-awareness, self-confidence, everything dealing with self, because you all are like literally, not you all, but some people literally go on based off of what their family says, right? And everybody keeps on repeating the pattern. It's like, if it didn't work for you, you'll grow out of it. If it didn't work for you, okay, he'll grow out of it, okay? But you never grew out of it.
Wow.
It was just a continuous circle. So somebody, right, and that's called a black sheep of the family, somebody became aware, which they got the title black sheep. And once they became aware, it's like, I can't talk to you yet. With all my clients, literally, I had this one testimony real quick of where she wanted to tell her mom, but I told her not to. I was like, have what you're going through in your growth. Let it just be shown like a light. Just let it be shown one day. Yeah. And so she was coming to me for like 6 months. And during Christmas, I remember she told me her mom was just like, something about you changed. Like, it don't matter how I treat you. You don't get triggered by it. You're not this, you're not that. What's changed? So she finally said, well, if you must ask, I've been in therapy. She literally got her mom to go to therapy, and their relationship has been close ever since. And her mom denied going to therapy all these years. So that's what I mean. Sometimes you can't keep on following things that don't work at all. Yeah. You got to try something new in order to get new, because if not, you become insane. Insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. Yeah. Right? So generation after generation after generation, you're doing the same thing and getting the same result. So doesn't that make you insane?
Yeah. And at some point, you just gotta let your light shine.
Sometimes
there you go.
People use things, even and I've seen it happen a lot of times. Some people hide behind church. Sometimes some people hide behind religion, so that to keep them from actually having to deal with really what they need to deal with. So they, they shout and they come hallelujah and they get in the spirit and stuff like that, and still leave the same way they came and just really emotionalize what they were doing. So they hide behind it and not really become open and unapologetically like, this is me. I need help. I need help. Mentally, I am gone. Mentally, I'm in my heart, I am hurting.
I just need somebody to talk to.
I just need somebody to talk to. Lord, I need your help. You know what I'm saying? So we're not honest with a lot of things that we go through, because again, we hide behind things that keep us stuck,
And sometimes we not hiding, we just don't know. Because I live with myself all my life. I've been like this, my family like this. This is just how we are. So you don't know that these are some imperfections that you have going on. You don't know that you hiding until someone makes you aware. And once that awareness comes, that's what you said, number 2, that's that awareness. Once that awareness comes, now you can say, oh, wait, okay.
David Battle said, we preach, go to counseling, but we don't go. That's right. Elijah said, stop highlighting those men's flaws.
Elijah, you know them best cooks at the Waffle House got to have a hump or something.
Tierra said, old heads better stop looking for those young girls who don't know the signs of a stroke.
I'm just saying, that's right. Chanel Robinson, thanks for joining us. Y'all, listen, this has been a very, very
informational,
interesting show. Love it.
These young ladies were preaching. Yes, y'all were in there tonight. Mind Provoking is a part of us. She is shift. She has shifted. She has shifted.
Absolutely.
She has shifted. Yeah. We love her. We love her. She brings an element to us, man, that really helps, bring, saying a whole nother aspect to where we going. So
listen, this is the bottom line. The topic today, embracing imperfections. This is on your journey to self-love. We have, that my Roslyn?
Hey, what
Roz.
Up? What's up,
we
homie?
have actually 1 minute left until we have to get off the air. Give us a nugget, embracing your journey to self-love and embracing your imperfections. Go.
If you don't love yourself, don't expect somebody else to love you the way you don't even know how to be loved.
Ooh, that didn't even take a minute.
A mind moment.
That was a mind moment. Drop the mic. Come on.
Drop the mic.
So I wonder how many people are willing to go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook without a filter at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Well, don't put no AI new looks, you know what I'm saying, come out.
Are you willing?
Know you about 400 pounds and you come out with all of a sudden muscles on the and we post this for likes.
Take the she wasted off.
Yeah.
Take that legs off.
Listen,
and see
y'all.
how everything just fall in.
Listen, y'all. Mama Pearl
That's
and y'all.
normal people stuff.
Look, yeah, Aunt Liza dropped the mic on that. Yeah,
Drop the mic. That's right, Aunt Liza.
Dropped it. Listen.
Tierra dropped the mic too. We got a lot of mics broke around here.
We got a lot of mic dropping. Everybody dropping the mic.
Drop the mic.
Did the what's his name? Obama. Did the Obama and walked off the stage.
Listen.
But hold on, wait a minute. Listen, y'all. Sunday, I just got to make
to say something about that.
Oh, we on the same. Great minds think alike.
I
know what I'm saying?
We are
Listen,
one.
y'all. Sunday, I promise you. Sunday, you don't want to miss Sunday.
Come out to the Sunday night spot, baby. Hold on, because we ain't got that much time. Come out to the Sunday night spot. Every Sunday, 6 o'clock. It's a different experience every single time. We got dope conversation. We keep it raw. We keep it a buck. We talk about what the issue is that we really going through, and then we talk about what God say, because we stand on kingdom. It don't matter what I think, what my opinion is. If it's not in the word, we don't stand on that. We stand on kingdom, because it's the way God do his thing, and we got to follow that. So come out. It's 8805 Solon Road, SOLON Road, Suite G7
in Cypress, Texas, y'all.
Texas.
So,
come
but listen,
out.
You still got people dropping the mic on you.
Come out.
Mind-provoking Vivian. She dropped the mic.
Be a part of the shift. Be a part of the shift.
Yes,
Stand on kingdom.
Listen, y'all.
And y'all see my shirt. We talk. Let me see.
I guess she didn't let me say it or not. She didn't let. She wanted to just keep. See how she just
talk a lot of shift.
Yes, you are.
Can I get a shirt? Can I get a shirt?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to talk a lot of shift shirt?
Yeah. We got to get you one. We got to get you one. So when you on, you got your
shift. I'm gonna come there and get it.
Yeah, you supposed to be coming anyway.
All right, so you
supposed to be coming anyway. We're gonna talk. So listen, that's our time. I couldn't get a word in. You know, these women was in here preaching. I had to sit here and just get bye.
Baby, you said a lot of good stuff. Come on.
I mean, you know, look, they were
give yourself a little bit more credit. Remember, self-awareness.
Come on. All right. Y'all listen, we love you. We love you. We love you. If you want, while they acting silly, if you want an opportunity to sow into shift into what we're doing, our Cash App is $love shifted me. $love shifted me. If you want to have an opportunity to sow into the ministry. Now listen, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. We don't have time. But
listen.
Like,
share, comment,
subscribe, y'all.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe.
And until next Tuesday,
subscribe, y'all.
We'll see you Sunday on Solon Road.
Hold on, I'm the boy Pastor J,
and I'm your girl Lady Free,
and I'm MP.
MP in the house.
For another mind moment.
A mind moment. We out.